Most gardeners are out here growing tomatoes and cucumbers, while a handful of smart growers are quietly making 5 and even 6 figures from plants most people have never even heard of. And the crazy part? These plants are not rare, not difficult, and they cost almost nothing to start. Yet some sell for $30, $40, even $60 per pound. The health industry wants them, the cosmetic industry buys them, and the market demand is exploding right now. So if you've ever looked at your garden and thought, there has to be a smarter way to make this actually pay me, then the plants in this video might completely change the way you grow. Before we go any further, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because we drop content like this regularly and you do not want to miss the next opportunity. Let us start with number 1, and this one right here is arguably the most powerful plant on this entire list. We are talking about moringa. If you have never grown moringa, you are leaving serious money on the table. This plant has been called the miracle tree, and when you look at the numbers, it is not hard to understand why. Moringa oleifera is one of the most nutrient-dense plants on the entire planet. It contains more vitamin C than oranges, more calcium than milk, more iron than spinach, and more protein than eggs, gram for gram. And the health and wellness market has completely woken up to this fact. Right now, dried moringa leaf powder is selling for anywhere between $15 and $50 per pound, depending on quality and where you are selling. Organic, high-grade moringa powder can fetch even more through specialty health stores and online platforms. Fresh moringa leaves sell for $8 to $15 per pound at farmers markets and through direct buyers. And here's what makes this even more exciting. Moringa is not just one product. You can sell the leaves, you can sell the seeds, you can sell the pods, you can sell the oil pressed from the seeds, and you can sell the powder. One tree, multiple revenue streams. A single moringa tree, in the right conditions, can produce between 15 and 30 pounds of leaf biomass per year, once it is established. And the truly beautiful thing about moringa is that it is one of the fastest growing trees in the world. Under the right conditions, it can grow up to 15 feet in just its first year. In tropical and subtropical climates, this thing is practically unstoppable. Even in cooler zones, many growers are raising it successfully in large containers and overwintering indoors. The dried leaf market, the superfood supplement market, the green powder market, all of these are booming industries right now. If you plant moringa this season and market it right, you could realistically be looking at a profitable harvest within 12 months. Number 2 on this list is a plant that sounds almost too small to matter, but do not let that fool you. Duckweed. Yes, that tiny green stuff that floats on ponds. It might be the most underrated cash crop in the world right now. Here is why. Duckweed is approximately 42 to 45% protein by dry weight. That is higher than soybeans. And with the global demand for plant-based protein absolutely exploding, the aquaculture industry, the animal feed industry, and the human nutrition space are all looking for scalable sources of plant protein. Duckweed is one of the fastest answers to that problem. Dried duckweed can sell for $30 to $60 per pound in the specialty nutrition market. As a fish feed supplement, it sells in bulk to aquaculture operations. You can also sell it as a live feed for koi ponds, home aquariums, and backyard fish farms. Growing duckweed requires very little space compared to traditional crops. It reproduces rapidly in still or slow-moving water that is rich in nutrients. You can grow it in kiddie pools, stock tanks, or purpose-built pond systems. And here is something the plant-based protein market does not talk about enough. Duckweed production uses a fraction of the land and water that conventional protein crops require. This makes it an incredibly scalable and low-cost crop for growers who want to tap into the alternative protein market. If you have access to even a small body of water or a few tanks, this could be one of your highest return per square foot crops. Number 3, and this one is genuinely exciting for anyone paying attention to the global wellness industry, is ashwagandha. The adaptogen market has grown into a multi-billion-dollar industry over the last decade, and ashwagandha is one of its biggest stars. This Ayurvedic root has been used in traditional medicine for thousands of years, and modern research is now backing up what practitioners have known for centuries. It helps the body manage stress, supports energy levels, and has been studied for its effects on cortisol, testosterone, thyroid, function, and cognitive performance. Because of this, the demand for high-quality, organically grown ashwagandha root is massive right now. Dried ashwagandha root sells for $15 to $30 per pound. Ashwagandha root powder commands similar or higher pricing in the supplement market. Ashwagandha extract, which you can produce or sell to processors, can be worth significantly more. The plant itself takes about 150 to 180 days from seed to harvest, which is manageable for most growers. It grows well in warm, dry conditions and actually prefers sandy or loamy soil that drains well. Overwatering is the main mistake people make. Treat it like a drought-tolerant herb, and it will reward you. The roots are what you are after, so think of it like growing a root vegetable with an extremely high payoff. Number 4 is Tulsi, also known as holy basil. And if you think this is just another herb, think again. Tulsi is one of the most revered plants in Ayurvedic medicine, and it is experiencing an absolute surge in Western markets right now. The adaptogen and herbal supplement boom has brought Tulsi right into the spotlight. It is being used in teas, tinctures, capsules, essential oils, and skincare products. And the fact that it has deep spiritual significance in Hindu culture means there is also a dedicated ethnic market that has always been hungry for it. Dried Tulsi leaves sell for $8 to $20 per pound. Tulsi essential oil is considerably more valuable. Tulsi tea blends command premium prices at specialty tea shops and through e-commerce. It is a fast grower. You can get multiple harvests in a single season. It is also a relatively compact plant, so you can grow it intensively in a small space and produce a significant amount of biomass. And unlike a lot of medicinal herbs, Tulsi is versatile in terms of how it can be sold. You can sell it fresh, dried, as a tea blend, or as a value-added product like infused oil or a tincture. Every one of those product forms opens a different market and a different price point. Number 5 is stevia, and this plant is one of the most consistently profitable herbs you can grow if you market it correctly. Stevia is the natural sweetener that has taken the world by storm as sugar alternatives become increasingly mainstream. The global stevia market is projected to continue growing significantly through the next decade, driven by the diabetic health market, the keto community, the clean eating movement, and the food and beverage industry's pivot away from artificial sweeteners. Fresh stevia leaves are naturally sweet, with some varieties being 200 to 300 times sweeter than sugar by weight. Dried stevia leaves sell for $10 to $20 per pound through health food retailers and online platforms. Stevia extract and powder products carry even higher margins when processed. Farmers who grow stevia for direct contracts with food manufacturers or supplement companies can set up very stable revenue streams. For small growers, selling directly to consumers through farmers markets, online stores, and local health food shops is often the most profitable route. Stevia grows well in warm climates, but can be grown as an annual in cooler regions. It loves sunshine and well-draining soil. Once established, it is a prolific grower and can be harvested multiple times throughout the growing season. Number 6 is one that most Western gardeners have never even considered, but it is making serious money for those who know it. Gotu kola. This is a small, low-growing herb from Southeast Asia that has been used in traditional medicine for thousands of years. It has been studied for its potential effects on cognitive function, wound healing, circulation, and skin health. And because the nutraceutical and nootropic market is absolutely on fire right now, Gotu kola is getting more attention than ever before. Dried Gotu kola sells for $40 per pound in the specialty herbal market. As a nootropic herb, it commands premium pricing through supplement retailers and online health platforms. It is a shade-tolerant herb, which means it can be grown in spots where other sun-loving crops would struggle. It thrives in moist, tropical conditions, but many growers in temperate climates have found success growing it in containers or in protected environments. The key with Gotu kola is knowing your buyer. Target herbalists, naturopathic practitioners, health food stores, and nootropic supplement brands. Build those relationships directly, and you can charge premium prices without the middleman eating into your margins. Number 7, and this one might surprise you, is lemon balm. It seems simple. It seems common. But hear me out, because the market for lemon balm is far bigger and more profitable than most growers realize. Lemon balm is used in aromatherapy, herbal tea blends, skincare formulations, culinary applications, and as a calming supplement. The sleep health market, the stress relief market, the herbal wellness market. These are all markets that lemon balm feeds directly into, and they are all growing. Dried lemon balm sells for $8 to $15 per pound. Lemon balm essential oil is significantly more valuable. In the herbal tea market, lemon balm is a top-selling ingredient. What makes lemon balm especially attractive for growers is how incredibly easy it is to cultivate. It is one of the most resilient and productive herbs you can grow. It spreads readily, it thrives in a variety of soil conditions, it is drought-tolerant once established, and it comes back year after year as a perennial in most climates. A small patch of lemon balm can produce pounds and pounds of harvestable biomass per season. The key is drying and storing it properly to maintain the volatile oils that make it valuable, and then connecting with buyers who are willing to pay for quality. Number 8 is catnip, and yes, this is absolutely a cash crop. The pet industry is one of the most recession-proof industries in the world, and catnip sits right at the intersection of pet health, natural products, and the booming premium pet market. People are spending extraordinary amounts of money on their pets, and organic, naturally grown catnip is a product that sells itself. Dried catnip sells for $5 to $12 per pound in bulk, but when packaged as a finished product for the pet market, the margins are dramatically higher. Small bags of dried catnip can sell for $4 to $8 for just 1 or 2 ounces. Catnip tinctures, sprays, and toys stuffed with dried catnip all command strong retail prices. Catnip is also used in herbal medicine for humans as a mild relaxant and digestive aid. It grows fast, it is easy to cultivate, it tolerates a wide range of climates, and it comes back year after year as a perennial. The pet market angle alone makes this one of the smartest plants you can add to your production lineup right now. Number 9 is calendula. And if you are not growing this flower for profit, you are missing one of the most versatile and consistently high-demand crops in the herbal market. Calendula, also known as pot marigold, is used extensively in skincare, cosmetics, herbal medicine, culinary applications, and as a natural dye. The natural skincare and clean beauty market has absolutely exploded, and calendula is one of its most beloved ingredients. Dried calendula petals sell for $10 to $20 per pound. Calendula infused oil, which you can make yourself by infusing dried petals in a carrier oil, sells for much more. High-quality calendula extract is used by skincare manufacturers and sells at premium prices. As a specialty cut flower for florists and event planners, fresh calendula also commands strong prices per stem. Calendula is a prolific bloomer. The more you harvest, the more it produces. And the growing season for calendula is generous. In most climates, it prefers cooler temperatures and can be planted in early spring and again in the fall in warmer zones. For a small-scale grower, a well-maintained bed of calendula can generate hundreds of dollars per season from dried flowers alone, not counting any value-added products. Number 10 is Yaupon holly, and this is one of the most exciting sleeper crops on this entire list. Yaupon is the only caffeinated plant native to North America, and it has been used as a tea by indigenous peoples for thousands of years. Yet somehow, most Americans have never heard of it, and that is exactly where the opportunity lies. As the specialty tea market continues to grow and as consumers increasingly seek local, sustainable, and unique products, Yaupon holly is starting to get serious attention. Small-scale Yaupon tea producers have been featured in major publications. Yaupon tea has appeared on the menus of high-end restaurants and specialty cafes, and the prices reflect the rarity. Artisan Yaupon tea is selling for $15 to $30 per ounce in some specialty markets. That is per ounce, not per pound. Yaupon holly is a native shrub that grows readily in the southeastern United States without much intervention. It is drought-tolerant, it tolerates poor soils, and it requires very little maintenance once established. For growers in USDA zones 7 through 10, this plant is an extraordinary opportunity to produce a genuinely unique and highly marketable product. Number 11 is culantro, and if you are not familiar with this plant, you need to be. Culantro is not cilantro, though they taste similar. It is a stronger, more pungent herb used heavily in Latin American, Caribbean, and Asian cuisines. In Puerto Rico, it is called recao. In Trinidad, it is called shadow beni. In Vietnam, it is used extensively in pho cho, and because of its deep culinary importance in so many cultures, it commands strong prices in markets that cater to those communities. Fresh. Culantro can sell for $8 to $20 per pound at farmers markets, specialty grocery stores, and through direct sales to restaurants. It is significantly harder to find than cilantro, which means less competition and often better prices. Culantro prefers warm, humid conditions and partial shade. It is a low-growing plant, so it can be grown intensively in a small space. And because it is so underrepresented in mainstream agriculture, growers who specifically target Latin American, Caribbean, and Southeast Asian communities can carve out a very loyal and consistent customer base. Number 12 is shiso, also known as perilla, and this is one of the most profitable specialty herbs in the Asian culinary market right now. Shiso is a staple of Japanese cuisine. It is used as a garnish with sashimi and sushi, as an ingredient in rice dishes, salads, pickles, and beverages. With Japanese cuisine experiencing tremendous global growth and the Asian grocery and restaurant market expanding rapidly in most Western countries, the demand for fresh shiso leaves is stronger than ever. Fresh shiso leaves sell for $10 to $20 per pound, and sometimes more through specialty Asian grocery stores and directly to Japanese and Korean restaurants. The markup from farm to fork is significant. Because shiso is a relatively tender herb that loses quality quickly after harvest, restaurants and specialty grocers are often willing to pay premium prices for locally grown, freshly harvested supply. Shiso is an annual that grows readily from seed in warm conditions. It has both green and red varieties, and both are marketable. It is a relatively compact plant that can be grown in containers or in the ground, which makes it accessible even for growers with limited space. Number 13 is Mexican tarragon, also known as Mexican mint marigold, and this is a plant that occupies a very smart niche. It tastes remarkably similar to French tarragon, but it is far easier to grow, especially in hot climates where French tarragon struggles or refuses to thrive. In the herb market, tarragon flavor is consistently in demand for culinary applications. And because French tarragon is notoriously difficult to cultivate in warm or humid climates, Mexican tarragon fills that gap beautifully. Dried Mexican tarragon sells for $8 to $15 per pound. Fresh bunches sell well at farmers markets and through direct restaurant sales. As a tea herb, it also has appeal, particularly as an anise-flavored herbal blend. It blooms with beautiful golden yellow flowers late in the season, which makes it marketable as a cut flower as well. This is a plant that occupies multiple market categories simultaneously, which is exactly the kind of crop that maximizes your return on every square foot you dedicate to it. Number 14 is epazote, and this herb is almost completely invisible in mainstream American horticulture, but it is a cornerstone ingredient in Mexican and Central American cooking. Epazote is used to season black beans to enhance corn dishes, in tamales, and in a wide range of traditional recipes. It has a strong, distinctive flavor that cannot easily be substituted. For communities that cook traditional Mexican and Central American food, epazote is not optional. It is essential. Fresh epazote typically sells for $5 to $15 per pound at markets that cater to Latin communities. Dried epazote commands similar prices through specialty food retailers. The plant itself is extremely easy to grow. In fact, in warm climates, it can become aggressively self-seeding. It tolerates poor soils, drought, and neglect remarkably well. If you are near a Latin American community or you can sell online to buyers across the country, epazote is one of the lowest effort, lowest cost crops you can add to your production. Number 15 is lovage, and this is one of those plants that professional chefs absolutely love but that most home gardeners have never encountered. Lovage looks and smells like celery on steroids. It has a powerful concentrated celery-like flavor that makes it incredibly valuable as a culinary herb and as a flavor enhancer in soups, stocks, sauces, and meat dishes. A tiny amount of lovage goes a very long way, and that concentrated flavor is exactly what makes it interesting to chefs and food producers. Fresh lovage sells for $8 to $15 per pound through specialty grocers and direct to restaurants. Dried lovage, leaves, and seeds also find buyers in the herbal market. Lovage essential oil, while requiring significant plant material to produce, is used in the fragrance and flavoring industry. As a perennial, lovage comes back year after year and can grow very large, producing substantial biomass per plant. A small planting of lovage can supply multiple restaurant clients regularly throughout the growing season, building the kind of steady, recurring income that every grower wants. Number 16 is hyssop, and this is a plant with a fascinating combination of markets that most growers completely overlook. Hyssop is a member of the mint family with a strong, slightly bitter, minty and floral flavor. It is used in herbal medicine, culinary applications, and critically in the production of liqueurs like chartreuse and in some absinthes. It is also used in aromatherapy and as a companion plant. Dried hyssop sells for $10 to $20 per pound in the herbal market. Hyssop essential oil is particularly valuable and is used in perfumery and aromatherapy. As a flowering perennial, hyssop is also attractive to pollinators, which creates additional value for growers who raise bees. It grows readily in well-draining soil and full sun, tolerates drought, and comes back year after year as a woody perennial in most temperate climates. The artisan spirits market is experiencing massive growth right now, and any herb that feeds into craft distillery ingredient sourcing is worth paying close attention to. Number 17 is fenugreek, and this one is